Oh, I'm gonna make a name for myself.
Do not attempt this at home. We are non-trade professions.
I'm making a name for myself over here, Mr. Clumsy.
It's finally time. You ready?
I did not expect that. Alright, let's go ahead and get to this.
We're getting rid of the batten strips. You're gonna need the box cutter. Are you tearing up the wall?
No. But the paint show is sticking.
You ain't got a box cutter? Or a razor blade?
I got razor blades.
You gonna need a razor blade, sir. What are you doing? Get a razor blade. Hey y'all, welcome back to a brand new video. We are finally working in our den and I am so excited. I am on a mission to get rid of these batten strips and we will be using joint compound to fill in the gaps during this video. And we will also be painting this entire den the same color as the bohemian lace in my dining room just to kind of make it cohesive. So we got a lot of work to do.
I'm the Lady Liberty. Oh, I'm gonna make a name for myself. That's even after I cut it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
That paint, that paint's something fierce.
Note to self, don't ever paint over batten strips. Unless you plan to remove them, of course. Beforehand.
Yeah, that's a...
This is the paint coming off. And also note to self, we don't know what we're doing. We just figuring out as we go along.
Need some carpet?
Need some what?
Carpet?
No, I think we have enough carpet in here. It took the carpet off with it.
Mm-hmm. At the bottom?
Y'all look. Literally took the carpet off.
Oh, I'm gonna make a name for myself. You remember to tell the people my name? Oh, I'm gonna make a name for myself.
I need a hammer.
Hammer time.
I need a hammer.
One hammer at me.
Why are you laughing at me? What did I do to deserve it? I'm doing this for you.
As many times you pick on me.
But that's all I'm good for.
Are you having a complication, Lander?
My whole life is a complication. Just one big one, happy complication.
Let me give the folks a close-up of your frustration.
Don't sit there and don't scare them and break your camera now. You know I'm a little ugly. They might get scared of my little boo-boo. I'm pretty sure it's time for a new blade.
Well, there's nails underneath it too.
I know, I'm well aware. I assure you, I'm making a name for myself over here, Mr. Clumsy.
Mr. Clumsy. Take 2.
Take 5.
Don't hurt yourself again.
Shawl when you check me.
Whoa.
I repeat, do not attempt this at home. We are non-trade professionals.
Should that be my thumbnail title? We are non-trade professionals. Michael was trying to get this one batten strip out of the corner with just his flathead, and I was like, no, that's not going to work. And he kept going, and I'm like, dude, it's not going to come out with just a flathead. You have got to grab that razor blade and cut it. And he was like, well, I can't get right here. It's a tight spot. And I was like, well, let me go ahead and do it. And lo and behold, it comes out after I cut it.
I said, hi everybody, welcome to the Megan Deal channel where the Deals mess their house up so you don't have to.
This is the joint compound I'm using. This is the wallboard joint compound. Has the red lid, and this is the 12-pound bucket. Ran outside to grab a hammer. I got ahead of myself. So if any of y'all have the hunch to get rid of batten strips in your double wide or somebody else's mobile home, then the first step is to remove the batten strips and make sure that you hammer in all of the existing nails. Otherwise, the joint compound tape is not going to be flush with the wall, and you really want it as flush as possible, especially when you're dealing with the joint compound.
Daddy's working.
Daddy's working.
Daddy's working.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
No.
Daddy's working.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yippity yep.
Yes.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
No.
No.
Yes.
No.
This is about how far we got in this video. This project does require a lot of drying time for the compound, so unfortunately I do have to split this makeover up in parts. I don't like doing that, but given the amount of time it takes to get this completed, I have no other choice but to, so I hope you guys don't mind, but I will have to upload parts as we go along and getting this completed, and I just can't wait to have this den done. This is a very big project for us. This is probably the biggest project we've ever done in our home, and I am just excited to share the whole entire process with you guys and take you guys along with us on this journey. Alright y'all, this is what I've done so far. I waited 24 hours for the layer on top of the tape that we did yesterday to dry, and I put another layer on the 2 strips or the seams on this wall right here, which I'll show you in just a second. And then I started right above the door frame here. So it's got 1 layer, the tape, and then a layer on top of that on both of these. But it does take 24 hours for each layer to dry. So this is probably going to be part videos, and I hate that, but I didn't know that the compound takes 24 hours to dry, so there's a lot of work that needs to get done still. And tomorrow, once these layers dry, I put another layer on top of the layer that was on top of the tape. And once that dries, I can go in tomorrow and start sanding it down. So hopefully we'll have this wall done so we can start painting at least and have it seamless and everything. But we've got this part done. Hopefully the sanding goes okay tomorrow. And then we started right here above the door frame. I know it's hard to tell. Let me get closer. But you want just enough to cover the seam. Put your tape on. And then make sure you nail in the nails first prior to putting the compound on, otherwise your tape is not going to sit right. So you want to make sure you hammer everything down, put the compound in to barely cover the seam, put the tape on, and then put the compound on top of the tape. So that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna be y'all's little guinea pig in this video, so I'm really hoping everything turns out okay, but this does have to take 24 hours to dry. But anywho, I'm go get cleaned up, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Alright y'all, I just got home from work, and this is how the wall is looking. I'll flip you guys around so you can see. But I'm going to be using just a sander block that I've had on hand. I've had this for a very long time, but it should still work for me to start sanding this wall here. So let me show you how it's looking now, and then I'm going to go ahead and start sanding, and hopefully I'm really hoping that this turns out okay. This is how it's looking on the wall. I just need to start sanding it down. Hopefully it turns out smooth. Snoop, where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Oh, he got the zoomies. You got the zoomies. You got the zoomies. Got the zoomies. You got the zoomies. What you got? Uh-huh. What you got? I wanted to note that on these sanding blocks you have a rough side and then a smooth side. So the rough side is where you actually do the sanding part, and then the smooth side is where you kind of finish it off, so it gives it that smooth. Lost my train of thought. It just gives you that smooth finish after you sand. That's what I was getting at. Is it snowing? Alright y'all, this looking pretty promising, I think. Is it perfect? No. but it's definitely smooth for the most part. Good morning, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, there is a lot of hand sanding involved with this project, and Michael tried to get his sander tool to work for me yesterday, but he couldn't find the right size sanding strip, I guess you would call it, to go on the sander, so that didn't work out. So I have been hand sanding these two strips were right behind my fireplace, and my arms feel like legit jello, y'all. My arms feel like jello, like straight up. I don't know if I can do any more hand sanding. Also, let me show you guys how much of a mess this stuff makes. This stuff gets everywhere. Look at my chair. It's all on my chair. But you can see how it gets just everywhere. But this is really the best I can do. Is it perfect? There's some areas that's not perfect, and you can see some of the tape kind of starting to show a little bit, but that's really not going to matter once you start painting. But like this side got a little bit more indentions than the other side. I just can't sand anymore because if I do, then the tape would show. But I mean, I'm painting this wall white anyway, so shouldn't be too huge of a deal. I think it's going to look really good once I get this wall painted. Also, if you're one of those type of people that hate the sound of fingernails on chalkboard, this may not be for you. So I don't have the paint on hand yet. I do have to go to town to grab a gallon of paint to start painting. I think we're going to need a whole lot more than a gallon, but a gallon is a good starting point. I'm probably going to end up getting the Bohemian Lace color by Valspar. That's the same color I used in my dining room, just to kind of help everything flow and everything, because you know this whole entire area is open concept, so I think it's going to look off if I use a different color than the Bohemian Lace. So I'm probably going to end up getting the Bohemian Lace in town. And also I want to get baseboards put on. That's why I didn't sand all the way down, because I knew that it's probably going to look really good if we get a baseboard put on. And I just would love to have the baseboard, but I can't fit the baseboards in my car, and Michael does have a job today, and he has a job tomorrow, but hopefully we can go to town probably later in the afternoon when he gets back to load up some wood for the baseboards. So y'all, that's really going to look really good. I'm not sure if I'll have that in this video, but it'll definitely be in my next video that I post. And I don't know why I feel like I'm out of breath, y'all. I mean, I've been working, but I feel like I've been running 5 miles. Like I can't get any air out in my mouth. That sounds weird, but anyway, I need to get paint so I can start painting. And I'm really hoping Michael can find the right size for the sander, but I do have to go ahead and get up the rest of the compound on the strips because we went all the way to the door on this left wall. It's just a lot of sanding, y'all. Like my arms just feel like just feel like jello. It's a lot of sanding. So just wanted to give y'all a fair warning on that. It is doable. This is a doable project. If I can do it, any of y'all can do it. It is a lot of sanding though. I will say that. It is a lot. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of time because that compound does take 24 hours to dry. So if you have to end up using multiple layers, just fair warning, you're going to have patience and wait for everything to dry before you can actually start getting down and dirty. Somebody wanted to say hey. You want to say hey? Say hey. Say hey. Say hey. Say hey, Snoop. Who's there? Yeah. So he's going to have a birthday coming up soon. His first birthday. His ears are the biggest part of his face. You are so cute. I love you. I love you. I love you. Why are you biting me? Why are you biting me? He's a mess, y'all. Say bye. Say bye-bye. Snoopy. Say bye. Say bye. Say bye. Say bye.